Mustofia watching thighs arrest deal waiting for the perfect entry. Yuri waiting for permission. That Yuri waiting for confirmation. That Yuri waiting for the market to make you feel safe. But what if I told you out the said you pure waiting for is already complete? What if the perfect entry wasn't yesterday? Wasn't last week? But months ago? And what if the launch this is about to begin you? This isn't about hype. This isn't about speculation. This isn't about Twitter narratives or influencer hopium. The size about the cold mechanical really of macroman movement orchestrated by players you earlier about. I rest looking get texar through it Helenso Fairtel coin. This video just challenge ya. It will fundamentally alter how you see markets, money, and timing. The frustration off 2024, the sideways kapop 2025, Theberdom that broke conviction was trandom. It was design. It was a screening process. Acquiet elimination. While a public obsessed of vermin or fluctuations, the largest capital rotation in decades was being engineered behind closed doors. And now the fierce dominofiland, the world's largest bondholder Hasmodites move. When Japan relocates capital, it does and create a pump. It creates sane ceiling that welcome back to oath quiet analyst. This is not a market update. This is a final warning. No let's talk about the elephant in term mainstream media refuse to analyze. Japan. For decades Japan has been the silent backbone of the financial system. The largest holder of U.S. Treasury bonds surf, sitting in over $1.2 trillion. This is adult money to capital that does and chas returns. Structures markets that is winter January 2026. Signals from Tokyo are in a longer whispers. The movement toward Bitcoin index are plink TT structure is the first visible crack in the old bond market. Now to the math world designing if Japan relocates just 1% of its treasury holdings. That is $12 billion soft pure spot liquidity. 5% becomes 60 billion. 10% becomes 120 billion, and that isn't leverage. That's rotation. White OS this matter to XR folders. Because a liquidity behaves like water. It flows from the highest reservoir to ever connect Ted's a stem below it. When Bitcoin ceiling breaks, the altcoin rotation went best low, it will bevulant. Bitcoin at $180,000 isn't type math. It's liquidity math. Both your SWAT higher into Lingi. Japan isn't allocating for profit. They relocating for serval. They understand Theban market is mathematically broken. They understand dial disk collapsing. They are removing national wealth into infrastructure ethitis fast. Regulated. And scalable. And didn't infrastructure XRP isn't optional. It's foundational. Themament Japan transitions from treasury holder to digital allocator. Theory of capins permanently. We move from cycles into trend. And in a trending reality priced as task for permission. No let's talk about yield. The part retail still though is to understand. In the old system held an asset and hoped it went up. In the 2026 system holding isn't lahoff the gam. Making thesis productivized theory al battle. 4 years XRP was criticized for being static. That criticism means no. The integration between Flare networks and XRPL labs create the native self-custodial bridge. Thruff wallets like Zum and XRP can obementa dinto affect XRP without centralized exchanges, without sketchy bridges, without losing ownership. You retain custody, you retain security. And for the first time an institutional grade eld. Besides why corporations aren't selling at $5 or $10, they relocking supply. Tens of millions of XRP real ready commit eld vaults. Institutions than thavisal button. Behavior compound button that every XR period thrufiel dis and XR pre-moved from open market liquidity. Physisho XRP's tops being a canon starts behaving like a digital bond. Naluka the chart structurally, fornier linears XRP was repeat in litigation, suppression, and psychological warfare. Every really wassled. Every hope is cycle crushed, but accumulation phase we exit in 2025 was historic. The longest itis compression in digitalis history. In physics sod could long compressed spring doesn't bounce. It launches. Minify wariste ring at told ultima highest exit points. That's a mistake. Field time highs and themed. It's the starting in .1 sexar penner price a discovery historical resistance disappears. No traphead sellers. No legacy sell walls. On the liquidity equilibrium and with ETFs live. Yield locking supply. And sovereign capital entering. The equilibrium is nowhere near tail expectations. This is in T2017. This is a systemic repressing. You survived the frustration. You endured theberdom. You stayed when others left. That was statist. Thinix challenge isn't buying. It's sholding. When numbers start looking gun realth world will be jouto sell. Igno rethanoise. You'dn't sell the bridgeth world's wealth must cross. You want it. Stay quiet. Stay analytical. The architecturizal ready in motion. Until Phoenix briefing, stay detached, stay disciplined. And let the system dao a tai twazel ways di sign do.